announcement.
Yeah.
But there's some other rumblings. There's some other rumblings. I mean, that Kameha Con was not what was making you mad.
No, no, no. It did take some of my blind and barbaric fury down a little bit, but I'm still pretty miffed, you might say. Let me get into that. You don't mind.
Yeah, please do.
Well,
Oh,
of course,
wait,
everybody.
one
Go ahead.
second before you start. 1 second.
Sure.
I want to address one thing in the chat. For those of you who are experiencing lag and stuff like that, it's on YouTube's end. My upstream, the bitrate coming from my computer is like it's perfect. It's at the rate that it normally is. So it's just there's so many of you watching, which we really really appreciate. But
Oh wow.
I try to give it a refresh. And also, if 12 more people subscribe to this channel during this broadcast, we'll hit 50,000 subscribers. So that would be great. That would
Oh,
be
that's
great
good.
if 12 people could do that. Now, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, 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 that's wonderful news. I'm very pleased for you. Yeah. Probably when you talked to me earlier today, I was furious enough to name names and just, lay about me with a flamethrower. But I've mellowed a slight bit. I'm not going to name the conventions that I'm going to be talking about. I'm not going to give any details because if we don't get something worked out, I can come on your show next week and spill the beans and go through it. But as you guys know, Todd Haberkorn is a client of mine, and Todd has been the victim of this stuff as well. He's also been the victim of some of Iago and Igor's little stunts. And at first, what I'm about to talk appeared to be an Igor hit. I don't necessarily think it is anymore. I had some new information come up. So what basically happened was Todd had a fan from another voice actor. Actually, it was Vic. But this guy was a fan of Todd's as well, and the fan was quite obsessive about various things. And he somehow found the identity of some of the people who anonymously gave reports in the IO9 article about Vic, the thinly sourced, very dubious IO9 article, I might add.
Well, I mean, the funny thing about this is if I know what you're talking about, and I'm pretty sure I do. I'm pretty sure I've because
Wouldn't be
someone
surprised, yeah.
someone has sent me what I think you're going to tell me.
Yeah.
The identities of the people in the IO9 article are obscured, which is fine, but they're also misrepresented as to who they are. Like, so not only do they just ignore their names, but they misrepresent the actual status of the person.
Yes, IO9 lying about something. I'm astonished that you would imply that, Nick.
Well, I mean, they do come from Gawker Media, so it might be genetic.
Yeah. And of course that's one of the problems. I wish we could do a crowdfunder that would raise about $2 million so that we could get every one of the targets out there. IO9 probably won't escape our scrutiny, but they're not in the initial round of targeting yet. But right. So anyway, this obsessive fan, sends Todd a message that says, "I've got the identity of these people," and so it's kind of an obsessive message. And Todd, being kind of the nice guy he is, Todd just says, replies, "Interesting. You pounded the pavement and are doing research." I mean, that's literally all he said. Just something very benign. Please don't show up and shoot me. And Todd didn't think anything else about it. Well, this fan screen capped this private message, blew it completely out of context, tweeted it, and said, "Todd supports me." In my outing of these voice actresses. Well, Todd's PR person descends on him, righteously furious, and lays into him and says, "You're attacking victims and all that normal bullshit that they say." And Todd says, "But I didn't do this. This is out of context. This is not correct." Well, the fact that you didn't tell him how horrible he was in that text means that you are a predator, that kind of crap. Well, so the poor guy is sitting there going, wait a minute. I didn't do this. This is not my fault. He tells the fan to take the tweet down, and the fan does so. The fan takes the tweet down. A couple days later, 2 conventions delist him. Now, like I said, I'm not going to get into who the conventions are, and it's not important because I'm still trying to work this out with them.
Yeah, they still have an opportunity to make this right.
Yeah, but negotiations haven't necessarily been as fruitful as one might hope. In any event, once again, the conventions did not bother to get the accused side of the story, didn't bother to look, they just delisted him. Well, the problem is these jokers have a contract. They have a written contract with my client. Those contracts don't let them just do that. They have to have certain reasons, and this doesn't qualify. Well, I'm going to assume that it was an honest mistake in the sense that if I actually thought that Todd had done these things, I can understand how they might have overreacted. I believe they should have taken a deep breath and asked for his side of the story.